I literally stopped thinking for a second. I'm the fool. I am Boo Boo the fool. I don't know. They wrote it true to life. What can I say? This whole thing is gonna be me unpacking childhood trauma now. Is that why they use snail stuff in skincare? Oh my god, snail race. I feel like this is the trauma speaking. All right, hello, Frenzy Gamers. You can't see it because my box is covering it, but there is 9 hours left of Willow's character event thing, and in a very cruelly ironic twist of fate, you can probably hear it in my voice. The chronic illness has struck again, and I have put this off for multiple days because I have been unable to speak for varying reasons. I lost my voice twice, two entirely different sore throat issues, right? The second one was due to kind of being sick, but not. Basically, the new meds I was put on, it's like a short-term medication thing. And in that time period, I have gotten these side effects, the secret third option of side effects that doctors don't tell you about, but if you Google it, they're there, where it's just made me so sick. Like, I sound like I have the worst cold ever, but I don't have a cold. I have no fever. I just sound horrible. And so obviously I didn't want to record this. I was having issues where I couldn't talk without coughing a bunch. I recorded a sponsored video earlier this week, and that was right before I was like, I have a very short window to get this done. So we're gonna do something a little bit unorthodox. I'm going to play through all of Willow's character story in this video, but we're gonna do it more of a supercut style, i.e. I'm going to read it myself and not narrate it. Because even talking here, it's been less than 2 minutes. My throat already hurts again. So I obviously can't do a whole voice acted story, but I want to do Willow's story really, really badly. So we're going to do it all in this video. It's going to be more of a supercut. I'm not going to have the whole story in here, but if I have thoughts while we go through it, because I probably will, especially now, I'll probably stop. But I'm realizing the more I speak, that speaking a bunch, and it's actually winding me. So I wanted to do this, but also I have a lot of polls because I've done dailies. So I want to start with my polls to feel something. That is not what I needed. I want to start with my polls, because if we end up having to speedrun the story itself, which I'm literally thinking about doing while I sit here, because I have other stuff I have to record tonight, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Because this is my last 9 hours to poll for Willow, and we got a lot of polls. I also think the shop reset. That it did, baby. All right. We have another 10 poll. We have a whole 10 poll. So I'm curious where we're at poll. Literally, I'm sitting here and we might be done. Okay, I need to win a 50-50 and we're fresh off. Yeah, I'm 15 into pity. So we're gonna bring that to 25. That didn't take long at all. But it's not the right gold. So who's our 5-star? It's mineral. I need to cough. Balloon party. Okay, I'll take a balloon party portrait. I need to cough really bad. Yeah, so I lied. I think we might do what I did with Lilpera and Anjonala's stories, where I might just play through it really quickly. And I might have to put off the other stuff I had to record because I thought I could do it. I really did. And that's why I'm saying it's painfully ironic, because Willow's whole thing is she has a visible physical disability. I'm sitting here very chronically ill and I'm suffering. And I get her. I do get her. It's not in the same way, but I get her enough where I'm I need to keep pulling for her. All right. I literally stopped thinking for a second. Let's do another 10 poll. This is 35. Will it be the right color gold? Will it be gold? There's 2 though. It's not the right gold, but there's 2 5-stars. I'm kind of hoping they're off banner because Balloon was off banner. Is she off banner? I don't think she's off banner because that's my second copy of Balloon Party. I thought it was Conjura and X or something, because there's Conjura. So who else? What are the 5-stars on this banner? Hold on, is it Balloon Party? No, I just got Balloon Party twice. Ain't no way. And she has to be a rate up somewhere. How did I get Balloon Party twice? That's weird. It's weird that it happened twice, right? That killed me. All right. Can I do a temple again? No, I don't think so. Nope. So that was 35. Bring it to 36. And if it's not gold, we skip. Not that I hate Leilani. I love Leilani, but I don't think we can keep going. I think I'm dying. I slowly but surely think I'm dying. What is this, 38? It's purple, so I don't care enough, especially not right now. We're speedrunning Willow's story. I thought I could sit here and do the whole thing. No, this is the most I can do tonight, which sucks a little bit because I have 2 different games showcases. I have one that was today, one that's tomorrow, but the video is supposed to go up tomorrow. I must go through this. I don't even know what number this is. I lost track. It's that white gold though, so it doesn't matter. It's the fool again. I'm the fool. I am Boo Boo the fool. I can get one more unilog out the shop. So we're gonna do that. do like, what is that, 40 or something? I don't know. I can't even, like, I have had the worst brain fog today. It's really bad because I generally have brain fog. It comes free with your chronic illness, but it's just been so bad today. Generally since I've started taking these meds because it's like made me sick. What are we doing? London Dawning. I have nothing for Victory Podium, which is surprising because usually you can get points for that for just playing your dailies. Shadow of the Sun. As much as I really, really want to do Willow's story, I don't think I have it in me, which sucks because this is like a normal length story. It's like 2 videos long. If I had done it normally, it would be 4 and 4, but I can't. And I know it's gonna hit different, but like I am actually unwell. Do we try? Because I'm sitting here like we should try. But I also don't think I have it in me to try. I think we just gotta speed run through it. I think that's just what we have to do at this point because I don't got it. I think I am gonna try to speed read through the stages, but I might not say anything. I might not have anything to say about them because I want to play. That's the thing. I'm like torn because I want to play through it. Like, look at this attention to detail. I want to play through it so bad, but I do not have the strength to. Practice room. Is that what coaches for this thing wear? I'm not used to this. Are they? Wait, if they speak though, we might actually be able to play through it normally. No, it's not all spoken. No. Oh, got it. It's skipped through. I want to play through it so bad though. I think we could do it. I think I'm gonna push it because this was one that I was really looking forward to. I know I probably sound disgustingly sniffly, but we're just gonna have to power through. All right, we're gonna power through. We'll get it done. So baby Charlotte is having leg issues, which I feel like that's a Chekhov's gun waiting to go off. That's foreshadowing. I don't even know. You know what? This part I do have to skip through because this part's gonna make me cry. And then problem is if I start crying, I will not be able to keep going because I'm gonna get even more sniffly and it's gonna be like, absolutely not. This part I am gonna skip through just for that reasoning. Why is she smirking? Oh, but baby Charlotte is all sad. Baby Charlotte is, this is baby Willow. Charlotte is her real name and it's gonna make me cry if I pay too much attention to it because she thinks it's her fault. And you know what? I have to, nope, we can't linger on that. We can't linger on that because I will start crying. Nope. She thinks that the leg thing is her fault. Okay. The coach also being a little bit like flippant about it, but also like she obviously cares because she's like telling her to speak up, like, but also like poking at it a little bit. I feel that. I do feel that. I've had coaches like that before as well. Maybe not though. Maybe not. The pathetic pride thing is a bit much. Maybe not. I was giving the coach the benefit of the doubt. I've had coaches like this that just don't care. So that's a bit much. That's a bit much. She's like 4. All right, music's back up. The young floor ritualist takes a deep breath. When she lifts her head, a smile is plastered on her face. There it is. Yep. Oh, we've all been there. Well, not all of us, but I have. Coach is yelling at her. Yep. The coach grabs her wrist and lifts it higher. Yep. I don't know. They wrote it true to life. What can I say? Like, this is bringing back way too many memories, and it's not nostalgia memories. Not the toe point. No, I never, because the like pointed toe thing is like in all the sports like this. But you know how hard it is to like exaggerate that in skates? I never did point, which is a type of ballet as well. That's the one with the E on the end, how it's spelled. I never did that one. I tried it a couple times, but I never officially did it. But I could pretend I did. I can still do the toe point really well, actually. Because you had to, like, over-exaggerate it in skates. Oh, God, wait. I was skipping the slide, but I feel like I need to not skip it. She feels a bit relaxed and proceeds to the next move, the most crucial step of any floor ritual routine. Oh, God, it's gonna get bad. The performer must integrate their understanding of Arcanum into their performance, unifying body, mind, emotion, and arcane skill. For competitors, this is also the most challenging part. Is this I'm like trying to equate it to like things I would have done in skating. I don't think it's the same though. So the coach completely stops the whole thing because Charlotte forgot her routine. Yeah, we've been there. I've been there. This coach, I'm gonna say I've had coaches like this. And it like it's something I look back on because these type of coaches used to be considered like the best of the best. And it's something that I've been seeing like a shift in certain parts of like I use figure skating as an example because that's just what I have as an example. It's a shift I've seen more in recent years where this type of like very intensive coaching it's not as much of the norm as it used to be because this used to really be the norm, this like very strict coaching thing. And it's like something I look back on, like I had coaches, I had plenty of coaches like this, but I also had coaches who were not like this growing up. And so it's something I look back on it, I'm like, it was so normalized when I did it. And now I'm like looking back on it as an adult and I'm like, God damn, I can't believe we all sat through, we all being me and like all the other competitive figure skaters. I can't believe we all sat through this. Not even just the figure, like, because if it's being put in the gymnastics and or dance storyline in reverse, like, it was all of us, which is just insane behavior. How did we all just sat through this. This shouldn't have been the norm. And it's something I look back at, like, I haven't thought about that specifically, like the coaching thing in years. Literally, I don't think I've ever thought about it till like sitting here, like unpacking it right now in a reverse 1999 quest. What are we doing? What were we doing? It's just like, oh my God, I never unpacked that. This whole thing is gonna be me unpacking childhood trauma now. Also, but this, because they're talking about like the elements, 1.2 points could be the difference between first and fourth. This is so true. I just saw, I think it was because Junior Worlds, I think, just happened for figure skating, which junior is like the level under the like level for the Olympics. Olympics is senior level, junior's like right under that, I believe. I'm getting things mixed up in my brain, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, no, it has to be. And like there's a cutoff, so it was like top 10 make it to the, maybe it wasn't Worlds, maybe it was European Championships or something. I don't know, but like top 10 make it to the next one. And the cutoff between 10 and 11 was, I think, 0.01 points. That's for like babies. It was like 12-year-olds. Like, what? That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. So unfortunately, coach is right. This is why I actually wanted to sit through this, because I have like knowledge I have knowledge. We're probably just gonna do it like this though, where I'm just gonna input things here and there. We're just gonna supercut it. I don't think I have it in me to read the whole thing, but I do want to go through it. And if this format ends up working, we might do this for all the character stories going forward. Not ideal, but we might. Coach calls Charlotte a failure. Coaches like this still exist. I'm so serious right now. Like, this is still a thing. I know it's more frowned upon now, I believe, but it's still a thing. They still exist. And also, that being said, the like very strict coach thing, I just know about figure skating. So I don't know if in dance and gymnastics, they might still have, this might still be a normal thing. I don't know. But I will say that figure skating, dance, gymnastics, cheer, like professional cheer to a certain degree, there's a lot of overlap in stuff like this, especially with the big three: dance, gymnastics, and figure skating. There's a lot of overlap with like this sort of stuff. So that's why this is like a mix of dance and gymnastics. And I'm like, yeah, this was my childhood, actually. Even down to this, my last coach told me my movements were the most standard she'd seen. Yeah, Oh God, coach says, where are you going to find those 1.2 points? In your old coach's mouth. That's so messed up. So it seems like she's having some sort of issue just using arcane skills. But I guess she probably, because she's very young, that's probably just something she grew into. But that also is like a thing that like I think actually with figure skating, I think they more recently cut it so you cannot be below a certain age. Like there's actually an age cutoff for, and I believe there always was an age cutoff, but I think they extended it. I think they made it like you have to be at least 16 to compete at senior. And I think there always was a cutoff, but it was lower than that. I think they made it higher in more recent years. Don't quote me on that, because I've only just recently kind of re-entered figure skating community spaces, because I was so far removed from it for probably like 10 years. Like I just was like, I want no part of you guys. Like I don't want any part of this, because I ended on very bad terms with the sport. But it's unfortunately still something I very much love. These sort of sports that like communities around them can be like the best and the worst people you've ever met. And I feel like this in and of itself is like, we're probably gonna get both sides of that within this event. Because like obviously this coach is like one of the worst people you've ever met. But I think there's other characters within like this story as well as the greater event that'll probably like be like some of the best, you know? But these type of sports just breed those type of communities where it's like, oh, I took so long to get through part 1 because I'm like rehashing childhood trauma. So this is her house now, I think? Yes, this is actual Willow. A terrible nightmare. She grits her teeth in the dim light of her bedroom. Also, it was a nightmare, so it could have been worse than she actually remembered it. Like, what just happened could have been a worse version of what actually happened back when she was a kid, because she's having a nightmare, and those are like her inner thoughts of her being like a failure and blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna say we've all been there, but the clock on the wall inches towards 7 o'clock. It's almost time for her appointment. She slides her legs off the edge of the bed and attaches her prosthetic limb. Yep, because she does have the leg. What's the ringing? Is that her doorbell? I would assume. Just perfect timing. I can't do an accent, by the way. In fact, I'm not. Sometimes I do try to differentiate voices even, but I probably won't be doing that just because I can't even talk. but she hastily fastens the leather strap of her prosthetic leg. As she stands, her poor fastening comes loose, causing her to fall to the ground. Dear God. Oh, it's Flutter Page. It's the baby. No, I obviously, like, I can speak on the realities of the, like, sport aspect of this, as well as to certain degrees of, like, illness impacting that sport. But I cannot speak on the prosthetic limb, physical, visible disability aspect of it. So I don't know if they've done a perfect job in showing the day-to-day of something like this. But the fact that they're not shying away from showing the difficulties of something like this, I actually have to applaud them on that. Like I said, I don't know if it's super true to life, but I applaud the devs for showing that in some way. But a young voice echoes from the other side of the door. It's Flutter Page. Flutter Page is her name, right? I'm not going insane. I have it on my schedule. Flutter Page. It's Flutter Page. I'm like, Flutter Page, where are you? Because I have her banner on my recording schedule. Oh, she's delivering snails. She says, could you open the door for me? One of the snails is about to crawl up my hand. Oh gosh. So Willow hops over to the door and opens it with a sullen expression on her face. And then her other leg is left lying on the floor. That's really unfortunate. The poor thing. But also, I don't think the point of this is to pity her. We need to move the box at some point. I'm not really sure when though. Hold on. All right, we're quartered. I'm still so sniffly. I think we just need to speed this up. But I can't, I have feelings. So Flutter Page is giving Willow her snails for the week and wants to know if Willow's all right, because she probably isn't. No. So she gets the snails and yeah. Oh, so her reward is in the mailbox, I think, because they called it a letterbox, and I'm assuming that's a mailbox. Anyways, Flutter Page wants a different reward, though. For my reward, could you tell me what you do at home all day? Oh, she's a curious little kid. That's quite cute. Thompson says there are strange noises coming from this house every day, like 100 frogs croaking at the same time. Is that your arcade skill? Why is your arcade skill like that? Cute. Does she want to know how she could have a frog arcade skill? Willow yelled at her. And she's gonna keep yelling, get out of here in all caps. Oh, that scared me. Door is slammed shut though. We're gonna have to speed run the rest of these because I am dying. I'm just gonna assume the first one, we had a lot of feelings in the first one, but it's okay. We'll be fine. I'm dying. We might still get 2 videos out of this. 2 very sniffly, disgusting videos. All right, stage 2, lubricant. What a name. What a name does this one have? I wonder when we're gonna get our mini games. I like the mini games. As the door closes, her solitary leg can no longer bear the weight of her body and she falls to the ground in disgrace. The poor thing. I don't want to pity her though, because I feel like that's not the point. So she reaches for her leg and closes the metal clasps. At least now she looks like an ordinary person. Oh God. I don't love that wording. But I think the point of that sort of wording is that that's in her, like the wording that she uses in her head. And it's supposed to make like us, the audience, feel uncomfortable a little bit. I think that's the point of it. I think it's there for a reason. I think it's more of a, that's how she sees it. But by the end of this, hopefully she won't see it in that way, or she'll at least come to terms with it a little bit more. But we're taking a look at the snails, the footless little snails. Or I suppose their entire body is a foot. That's why they're called gastropods. I don't know. Okay, Willow. All right. Oh, it's called lubricant because Willow says the swelling in her leg has gone down since she starts using it. The mucus, the snail mucus, as a lubricant. Is that why they use snail stuff in skincare? I always was a little bit put off by the snail skincare. Always a little bit. I've gotten like samples of it before and used the samples, but it weirded me out just a little bit. So one by one, she places the snails on a table, arranging them neatly side by side. As they crawl forward, they leave a trail of shiny mucus. So, oh my God, snail race. So she monitors the snails. She's actually racing the snails. This third snail has curled up inside its shell. What a mood. Is this the third? Yeah, mood. This one's all over the place. So the 5th snail extends its body, slowly overtaking the snail. So is this snail number 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this would be 5. Man, I don't know. I don't think this is a proper illustration. You can't climb on top of number 5. Why is she racing snails? The 2 snails roll into a ball and fall off the edge of the table. So this must be 5 and this is 8 all the way over here, I guess? They're disqualified now. But also I feel like this is supposed to be like showcasing what she does at home all day alone. She like is just going stir crazy. Cause you know what? I've been here too. I am a very introverted person. If I spend too much time around people, I need to spend like an equal amount of time alone or I will start to go insane. But if I spend too much time alone, I also will start to go insane. So you see the problem here. I've been here too. Maybe that's why I like plushies so much. Oh, number 7 is crawled the farthest, so this is 7. She waits until it reaches the other end of the table. If this were a real race, the timer would end now. So the winner is number 1? Does she not let the real winner win because of trauma? Because she did the whole thing where she like, number 7 is crawled the farthest, but Willow says nothing. She looks down at it with a strange coldness in her eyes. I feel like that's the trauma. I feel like this is the trauma speaking. Because I've said it before, I've seen some stuff being in a sport like this. And in another life, 200%, I would have gone into psychology specifically to do sports psychology, like for athletes, because I think it's a field that like there's not enough of. Because there's just not enough like psychological professionals that are specifically focusing on therapy for athletes. Not physical therapy, not that one, but like up here, up in the brain, I feel like there's not enough of focus on that. And so in another life, that is 200% what I would have done as a career. But I feel like Willow might need a little bit of that because I've seen some stuff and I feel like she has also seen some stuff. So is that why number 1 won? Because they had a big, like, even in the picture, they had like this thick mucus trail because they're a big snail. So the snails go back in the jar. She collects the mucus from the table and she starts concocting a potion. The translucent ointment in the crucible is as smooth and docile. That's some words. Willow scoops some of it up with a spatula. It catches the light through the window. I can't read these words. Why is there so many big words? All it needs now is a cooling incantation. Okay. Look at her. Is that her wand? It's pretty. So it solidifies and it goes on the leg. I guess it would make sense that she would like take extra care of the leg for the sole purpose of like, if she is like training in secret, like that has to put some strain on her prosthetic leg. Oh, the kids can hear her. Why are they? I mean, it's kids. Kids suck. We've been over this. They think she's cooking up a curse. Yeah, kids suck. I feel like this is very interesting though, because kid number 2 says, my uncle told me to watch out for Irish witches specifically. Which I feel like if this is taking place in London and she's Irish, depending on the time period, and generally not even depending on the time period, are we going to talk about the socio-political implications of this one? Because they're there. They're there. Like, they're very much there. I don't know enough about this to say how much they're there, because I'm an American, but they're there. Depending, because I don't know the time period for this because I haven't done the main event yet. Oh, but they're there. That's really interesting because I noticed it in her voice too. She sounded like she might be something other than like British. Now that's very interesting actually. That's actually a lot more interesting. There's just like, it's just there. But the hag is far too busy to pay attention to the voices. She's attempting a complex floor ritual element. If executed perfectly, she would gain an additional 0.6 points in a competition. She tilts her body downward, lifting her steel limb high into the air, then presses down. Meanwhile, the argument outside intensifies. Oh, one of her feet, kid number 1 says, makes a sound like a croaking frog. That's what the sound is. And they hear it every day because she's inside practicing her floor ritual stuff. Okay, interesting. So that's what she's doing all day. So she's trying to get rid of the creaking sound so it is quote unquote more normal. So she's still just going at it. Bunch of screeching. Oh no, Willow! Willow! She fell. That's common though, but also, are you okay, Willow? The kids think she's throwing somebody into her cauldron, but they're not gonna go catch some grown-ups. Because grown-ups are a bunch of chickens. They're gonna fight her, I guess? The sound of hurried footsteps echoes through the garden, and they throw a stone into her window and start yelling at her. I didn't know there was the added aspect of she's Irish in London. I feel like that makes things a lot messier. Interesting. They just are throwing stones, so ignoring the pain in her limb, she goes to the window to yell at them. That's valid. That is so valid, Willow. You're so valid. And see, they F around and find out. They threw stones at her window, and then she comes to the window to tell them to stop, and they get scared. You're finding out. So she casts another little spell and gets them to stop screaming. Hey, you do what you gotta do. Kids suck. All right, here's our first battle. We just have our 1 Willow. It's fixed though, so I'm just gonna let it be. It's Willow and 2 little critters. Oh, it's not auto clear. I'm very interested in this opponent design though. Oh, each of these critters has its own unique characteristics. Make the most of them to wear the children down. Is this kid missing an arm? Or is it behind their back? With the wand? That's very interesting. All right, I guess we'll do precasts. What do these do? Empower the target critter into a more evolved critter. Transform the target critter into a random critter. let's just recast both of those and then buff it, I guess. So you're then, oh, whoa, what happened? How do we do anything? And I guess we do a health, sure. Because I'm just getting precast and health. I got an ult, so sure. I guess we do. Is that an actual ult? Willow's gonna die. I'm just gonna do 3 heals. 3 heals. What are we supposed to do here? Gates an additional Moxie? I don't know what to do here because there's no attacks. Do I need to get both of them all the way up first, I guess? Oh, we just need to survive. Okay. Oh, do your best and hold out for 5 rounds. That was okay. All right. The garden. I didn't know she had a whole garden. Oh, an Allure Games token. Although an imitation, it is indeed a gold medal. Oh, it's from the kid. Flames have been crudely carved upon its surface. Is this how she finds out about the Allure Games coming back? So she wants to know where he got it from, but he won't tell. And kid number 1 says it's a souvenir from the Allure game. It was given it for good luck. Oh, that's Thompson. Kid number 1 is Thompson. I guess she says the medal did bring you good luck after all because she's letting them go. So this must just be like what happens before the event in game, I'm assuming. The events prior to the Allure Games event. I wonder, it's been 43. I probably will cut these into 2 videos just because. But we'll do Fallen Swan, stage 3. The farce has come to an end. What was the farce? The sparse vegetation in her garden has been left in disarray by the incident. What's the incident? The purple potato flowers lie scattered upon the soil. What was the incident? Oh, nice. Oh, there's a flashback with her grandma. Oh, Charlotte. I don't want to linger on this part for too long either, because yes, this is very, the childhood trauma. We're just gonna skip past this part. Luckily, her grandmother has like a good head on her. Like I said, coaches like this still do exist, but it is not as common, at least in like the US. Can't say for other countries as much. I'm literally skipping through this part because if I can't with this part, and not in a bad way, I think it's well written, but I personally cannot with this part. This is a little bit too real. They're talking about the Allure qualifiers though, which I don't know if this might be another dream. I'm kind of hoping it's just a dream, because then maybe it means that it didn't happen. Either that or this is way back before the Allure Games got canceled and we had to revive them. I'm not sure where this falls in like the timeline, because it seems like it's in the past. But I thought this was the part during the time period where the Allure Games were not happening. Anyways, I'm gonna assume this is before we revived it, because that just makes the most sense. Oof, don't say that. Don't say that to a child. Not the cruel laugh, dear God. This can't be real. This can't be real. The problem is I know that this is a thing that happens and is real. So, God, the moment you walk out on the flat floor beside real athletes, she says, you'll have already humiliated yourself. That sucks. Man, that sucks. I hate this coach, but I hate this coach, but I know that this coach exists. That's the thing. That is like, oh God, look at baby Charlotte. Look at baby Willow. Look how sad she is. Look how sad you made her. Like, this is just it's so messed up, but I know these people exist. Gosh, she says sports are just too exhausting. Not only do you have to put up with your aching muscles, but you have to watch what you eat and deal with your bossy old coach. This is a lot more than a bossy, my dude. This even hurts even me. Because you know what? Yeah, I did have to stop because sports were too exhausting. It comes free with your chronic illness. Just being tired all the time. See, the coach is like, I'm not going to waste my energy with you anymore. I think that might be good for everyone. If you stop coaching for life and baby Charlotte gets a new coach, because maybe then the leg issue there would have been some more care with that, you know? Because having a coach like this obviously did not help that. Because I'm not saying that it was any one person's fault, but having a coach this strict definitely didn't help something like that. Because it's like, yeah, I have lasting health issue, just like physical pain from my many years that I spent skating. I have lasting like back pain from it, right? It will not go away. It has not gone away. I can't get it to go away. And I had fairly good coaches most of the time, like understanding coaches. Every now and then I would have like maybe would work with one coach that was more like this, but for the most part my coaches were great. And I still have lasting health complications because of that. So like, I'm just saying, a coach like this definitely didn't help. Definitely did not help the situation. And look, you made baby Charlotte cry. And you got her punch in the wall at like age 11. Really? She grits her teeth as her sinuses stink. Girl, that's been me for like the last like week. See, and she's like, I'm gonna win my gold medal. So it seems like she's still, see, this is something that I think is so toxic. She's still practicing, but as she's practicing, she's calling out the amount of points. either that are being deducted from each movement, or like she thinks will be deducted, which probably won't be deducted because she's doing fine, or that like each move is worth. I'm assuming it's a deduction thing, so it's like not full points. And oh, that irks me. Okay, she silently records the score of each element as she goes. Okay, the points just must not be as much as you have. Like, the point system must work differently than I'm used to. That's what we're just gonna come to. Because wait a minute, if each element is not worth even a full point, there being a one, like, what did she say, like 0.6 difference? That's like actually a big chunk. Because I'm thinking like it's like I talked about earlier, like the 0.01 difference that was between like 10th and 11th place. Like, what? Also, now that I think about it, I think that was from short to long program. The top 10 went on to longs. And then, so it was like after the short, because in figure skating, you have short and long. It's a whole thing. But that's like an actual thing that happened. 0.6 isn't even that much. Even if it was 0.06, that's not that much. Well, it's not that, well, that's actually, no, I lied. It's a lot. It's a lot considering the 0.01. It's just, because that's also another thing that I feel is so, like, was actually really prevalent in skating for a while, that people, because you get more points if you backload your program, meaning that if you put all the jumps and stuff, the hard stuff in the back of the program, it's worth more points because you're tired at that point, so that you get more points for doing it. And so you would get like Olympic routines where all the jumps were in the back half. I think that that's, again, something that's not happening as much, but around when I stopped, it was very, like, there wasn't as much as like artistry focused as it was like technical focused. I feel like this, again, is something that isn't as much of a problem now, but back a couple years ago, it was so bad where it was just like this constant focus on point value and things like that, where it's like, can we have, like, this is a very pretty sport. Can we bring that back? And I feel like that's also what's happening here. So like when she was like keeping track of all those points in her head, I was like, oh, because that annoys me. Because while I did care about the technical side of things, I was more of an artistry person than a technical person. So it's like, that was also part of, because there was multiple reasons why I stopped skating, but that was actually one of them, where it was like, you see like everyone else being like technical focused. And it's like, it was discouraging enough where on top of all my other issues at the time, I was like, forget it, I'm done. So that's what part of why I ended on bad terms. Anyways, she's using the arcane skills. Look at that. Look at her go. She just, it's like that meme, like XYZ. XYZ is actually really great when you don't have a person in your ear yelling at you that it's not. That's just, she needed somebody not yelling in her ear. And like maybe the whole time her arcane skill was like a spoken word thing, because she was even doing like the spells before. So maybe this whole time she just needed to speak it, but this coach was like, shut up and do your thing. Because it looks like the arcane magic is perfectly fine here. It's like flashing in and out though. Like she's doing great now. And she looks happy. She looks happy. So I just think it's a bad fit with this coach for her, which does happen. In fact, I was just saying there was multiple reasons why I stopped, and it's because I got a new coach right before I stopped that I was a bad fit with. They weren't a bad person or anything. It just, I did not mesh with this person. So I ended up, it was like, I'm not having fun anymore. I'm gonna quit. And then I went on for a couple more years actually coaching myself, but obviously that doesn't get you anywhere. So yeah. Because that's the thing, I loved it so much, but it seems like Charlotte's doing a great job. No, I definitely, but also she didn't have that coach keeping track of her, and she is so young where she probably made like a wrong step somewhere, and that's she gets injured. Or this, it just stopped. Was it arcane skill related? The energy still flows beside her, stirring her hair and softly ruffling her feathers on her leotard. She has feathers? Oh, I guess, yeah, it's like a little swan leotard. That would be really annoying to practice in, though. Kind of, that's one thing, and I feel like it's probably just because they didn't want to do multiple outfits, but very rarely do you practice in your competitive costume. Like, she should be, like, all cozy. So the arcane magic thing stopped, and I guess she feels like she did something wrong again. She really wants her medal. Was the coach watching the whole time? So now you know that so long as you're not, like, yelling at her face, that she actually can do a really good job? Or is she gonna be like, see, you can't do it, blah, 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 shut up. Me fighting with the fictional coach. She doesn't even have eyes. And I'm like beefing with this lady. Oh, the coach said she came in for the wire recorder, like the music player. And it's supposed to stay in this room. It's not hers. So she literally came in to check on her. So it is this thing where she does care about Charlotte, but at the same time, she doesn't want to show that, which sucks. That sucks. She says the cruelty of competitive sports is that even if you give everything, you're very likely to end up with nothing in return. That, unfortunately, is kind of true. It's kind of true. I got a bag of old medals at my parents' house. That's about it. And by bag, it's like, I think it's actually like 3 bags, but still. Big bag of old medals. some newspaper clippings, like that's about it. Oh, but the coach continues half speaking to herself. So this is, the coach obviously also has some trauma and she's like projecting that onto Charlotte. So it doesn't, what happened to her doesn't happen to Charlotte, but nah, you can't push a kid that hard and expect them not to be traumatized as well. She calls her a ridiculous, foolish little girl. That's the thing, she's just a little girl. So we're getting some lore. Ah, there was another girl who ended up injuring herself before she could compete. She never even saw a lure for herself, only heard those 3 haunting syllables repeated by everyone around her. Oh God, you know better than I what happened to her after that. I don't think we should, I feel like I know what's coming there, and I don't know if I can keep it in this video. I, in fact, could not keep it in this video. In fact, did have to edit it out. Yes, yep. Exactly what I thought would happen. What happened? I can't even say that it's like, I can't even say that they're wrong. I can't even say that they're wrong for, because again, it's a little too real, which is why I think we need more psychology for sports athletes. I also just, I hate this coach, but again, I hate this coach because it's done too well. They're done too well, and I have known coaches like this. And again, not saying that should be normalized. In fact, it's not being as normalized anymore, but I have known coaches like this, and it still pisses me off to this day. Because the thing is, they're like pushing this on her. She is just a kid. This is why there's like rules in place in a lot of these sports where you have to be above a certain age to compete at certain levels. That's why these rules exist. And they're like hard rules. Like I think, because I keep bringing up like junior level skating because that competition just happened. I'm pretty sure one of the favorites at the junior level right now, literally is like a couple months shy of being able to qualify for next year's Winter Olympics, and they will not budge on that. They're not budging on it. And you know what? I think that's for good reason. I have no problem with that. I don't think they should budge on that, but they will not budge. It's like a couple months of difference. And that is not the first time that has happened either in the skating. And there's a good reason, because the Allure games, because it's Arcanists, there's not that age rule. I'm just saying maybe with the revival that we did and after this, because this is before the revival, maybe we should put in some age rules. Just saying, could be helpful. It's helpful in real life. I don't know what the age rules look like in things like dance, because I don't know. Dance isn't at the Olympics, so I can't say for that, but like with gymnastics, I don't know if there's an age rule for gymnastics, because I only very briefly did gymnastics as a very young child. And it was in part to like help with flexibility for figure skating. But I ended up not liking it, so I gave up on that quite early. I only did it for like maybe 6 months at the most. But so I know nothing about gymnastics, but I do know a lot about figure skating, and I know there's age rules in place for the sole purpose of children not getting injured physically and or mentally. So like it has good reason. I only did 3 stages here, but I am thinking we might be done for this video because it's been an hour long, and we might do 4 to 8 in the next one. Like if I have to make it a little bit extra long, we will, but we can do like one more poll. And I'm gonna go scream, but not scream, because if I do that, I will die because I am so congested and I've already taken multiple coughing breaks during this video. Multiple, actually. But this is why I was like, you know what? I'm pushing through this event and I have to do it because I have so much to say about it. I can't not, you know? I keep forgetting what button I need to press. This is probably a good thing to do something like the character story quest today, because I don't have to think about it too much. It's very like, okay, next stage. The UI is very simple, and I'm like, don't have to think about it too much. All right, one more poll. I don't know where we're at numbers wise, but we'll do one more. Nope. While we're here though, I think I will say that I don't plan on continuing to pull, like spending money to try and get Willow or anything if I don't end up pulling her today, because it's her last day of the banner. But I do love her, and you know, if and when she gets a rerun, that rerun is gonna hate to see me coming. Okay, I'm gonna take a lap around my apartment, grab a new drinky drink for my throat so I don't die, and decompress a little bit because this was a lot. I do think they actually, like, at least in this first, not even half, but this first couple of stages, portraying this like whole sport thing, this competitive sports thing itself, they did a really good job of it. Unfortunately, they did a really good job portraying it, which has given me so much to talk about. Do I think the story itself is a little slow? Yes. But we've only done 3 stages and it's the first half, so maybe the second half. And also, I don't know if I wanted to get more, I don't know if I want the story to pick up, because I know what happens when the story picks up, because this is a prologue to Willow as a person. I feel like I know what happens, and I'm afraid. Because like, what is stage 4? Stage 4 is called Flickering Candlelight. There's phone call, echoing knocks, podium. Like, I'm afraid for what we're going to end up getting because I don't want to see the injury. I know it's coming and I'm afraid for it. I really am. Especially because like seeing the background to it, not to say it's something that could have been avoided, but it probably could have been mitigated to a certain degree. I'm just saying. This is why there's age limits in place in certain sports, solely for this sort of reason, because they should not have been putting this much pressure on her to compete in the Allure games at like age 10, 11, 12 at most. Like, that's why there's age limits in place. Because people do start these sort of sports really, really early. I had friends and acquaintances, competitors, who started at age like 2 or 3. Literally as soon as they could walk, they were on the ice. Meanwhile, I started later. I started at age like 7 or 8. So here's the thing. I started at age 7 or 8 and surpassed a lot of those people. So just goes to show you don't need to start these sort of sports that young. You can if you want, but you don't need to. Because I know there's people now, like there's not a small amount of people who start in like their teens and end up going to the Olympics or close to it. So that's a whole other side tangent though. That's gonna be it for this video. I'm still so sniffly. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world. We won't yap as much in the next video because I do need to finish multiple more stages. But I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!